Round one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the AIGA Champions League Day 2. This is B Team versus Acai Republic. This tie will effectively decide who is the #1 team of the tournament. And joining me now is a special guest. We have Mr. Salman Alisani, if I'm correct, black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, joining me now at the commentating desk. Salman, tell me about yourself a little bit, and then tell me about what you think about the AIGA Champions League and the fight so far.
Yeah, I'm a black belt from Qatar, one of very, very few. I believe there's 2 or 3 black belts from Qatar, and we're all actually from the same family. I've been training since 2015, and I train out of Checkmate in Qatar.
Nice.
With Professor Mateus and Professor Roy.
Fantastic. What do you think about the fight so far?
Yeah, the fights have been amazing. I'm really, really impressed with Acai Republic yesterday.
Yeah? Mm-hmm.
I felt that they have a bit more experience than
the other teams?
Yeah,
okay.
than their adversaries. And I predict that they're going to win, I think.
Okay, so this is the first match. First out of 7. It's the minus 60 kilogram. It's Felipe versus Jacob. What do you think about the team format? You like it?
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. I think it really engages the audience. It's nice because each team has their own story, and it's nice to follow them through the event and through the tournament.
Sure. Isn't the venue amazing? The
yeah.
Production, just the setup.
Yeah.
That Titantron reminds me of the WWE days.
yeah. I agree.
I feel like Vince McMahon is just going to walk in at any minute and interrupt the match.
Yeah, we're all talking about that yesterday, actually.
Yeah.
The production level is
fantastic.
Yeah, it's really, really next level.
So anybody who's conducting tournaments, you can take some pointers by watching what these guys are doing here at AIGA.
Yeah, I feel like the environment is next level.
Halfway through, Jacob. 2.5 minutes to work. 2.5 minutes.
Coach Giuliano there looking on. Eyes on the prize, huh? So this weight closer to your weight class.
Yeah.
What are you looking to see? What's interesting in your mind that you'd like to see? Some leg locks, maybe some back takes. In this weight class, usually we don't see too many guard passes.
Yes.
It's pretty difficult. We were talking about that yesterday with the guys. Usually you do the guard pass to set up the back take. So, buggy choke.
Yeah, he takes a lot of risks with the with the buggy choke. If it doesn't work out, he might get his guard passed.
Yeah, that's definitely. He needs to clamp his arms together, his hands together right now to get maximum pressure. I think the buggy choke is a little bit out there now. First,
yeah, exactly.
I've been buggy choked in competition. I'm like, what is this guy doing to me? It's like 4 years ago. But yeah, I think people anticipate it now a little bit more.
But I think it's risky with the rule set, especially with the time going down.
Yeah, now it's because it's in the points segment. But however, we have 3 rounds. So you screw up in the first round, something happens, you take a risk. You still have two rounds to correct it and maybe get back into the match.
Yeah.
He needs to right now. He needs to triangle his legs first and then clamp his palms together.
He's doing great with blocking the hips.
Exactly.
So he can't hip escape and
blocking and also the top player right now, Felipe, who is in it. That's exactly the defense that you have to do. Is you have to put the palm of your hand on the ground and open the artery to the side, which is caught.
Yeah. And I can feel it's a bit loose.
It is.
Yeah, he can move his shoulder.
He has to clamp his arms together. Other than that, he's already got the guard pass. Yeah,
exactly.
He's got his 3 points yet. So they're not considering this as a dangerous submission position right now.
Yeah. So I think that was a risk he took yesterday.
Exactly, and it
And
didn't work yesterday
yeah, it didn't
either.
work. And
Maybe they should have got back to the training mats last night and
yeah. But I do think he has
fixed out
really,
the
really good
details.
because yeah, he's someone that's my size and has a similar frame like me. So I was rooting for him yesterday.
Okay.
And
So, round 1. There we go. So Felipe is a seasoned competitor, so
yeah, and I felt if he didn't take those risks, he wouldn't be in a position like he is today.
sure. There's something about the submission-only guys. I think it's safe to say that B team would be one of those teams classified as submission-only guys. You don't see them showing up at IBJJF tournaments.
Yeah.
Usually they wait for those big shows to, showcase their leg lock games and, the inverted ashis
Yeah.
and all that stuff where they expose the heels and they expose the feet. Usually those guys, they get their guards passed.
Yeah.
That's like, it's normally when you watch a lot of matches over the years and you see it happen. I remember one match, it was Keenan Cornelius versus Gary Tonin, and Keenan Cornelius is not known to be a massive, pressure guard passer like Rodolfo Vieiro is, or like Leandro Lowe was. But I think he
Round
passed
2.
Gary Tonin's guard like 10 times. It was like 25-0, something like that. And then Gary Tonin was like, I'm a submission guy. I'm known for getting my guard passed. And usually you see that with these teams as well. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Why is that? Why do you think it's just like they negate the point so much that they just like forget about it? I'll get past, but I'll try to win it with the submission.
I think maybe a lot of it has to do with the training environment.
And and the mentality of the coaches, I guess.
Yeah, because when we're preparing for an IBJJF or an Abu Dhabi AGP tournament
Yeah.
type event, a lot of the specific training is based off of the points and based off of the time.
Sure,
and
but
we go into detail with advantages.
How much can you change your guard game? I mean,
Exactly.
that's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
You do strategize for the points, but you're not just gonna I'm a guard recovery guy now.
Yeah.
So let's see what this is gonna look like the other way around, huh? With Jacob on top. I think he's just gonna probably try to get over the knee line and attack a leg, maybe.
He has a good
Oh,
grip
now-
and
now he
inverting,
got
yeah.
it.
And he's across the
Going
knee
B
line.
team, he's going B team on Jacob.
Yeah, exactly. That's pure Craig Jones setup.
Exactly. But remember, just for our viewers as well, first 2 minutes of the match for each round, no points
Yeah.
except for takedowns. And there are no negatives here, so that's a little slight difference with the ADCC submission fighting rule set. However, this tournament, this style is structured around the ADCC submission fighting rule set. I think
Now-
Felipe is feeling really comfortable in this match.
Yes.
He's pretty much doing what he wants. He's, escaping the submissions. He's sweeping. He's pulling guard.
Yeah.
He passed guard in the first one, so in the first round. So, yeah.
Now-
I think he's feeling he's got this one.
And I think his strategy is very good, especially with the passing. He's diving into the body lock,
Yes,
which
exactly.
yeah, which shuts down a lot of the
A lot of the leg entries,
yeah,
yes.
a lot of leg entries. It shuts down the butterfly guard.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. That's what the coach said. He's looking
Yeah.
to dive in hard.
And a lot of Jacob's strategy is to play half guard and to play butterfly. And the body lock really, really
It
shuts the
shuts
hips
that-
and
sure. So we're in the points segment right now. So these boys have to be careful of what position they're giving up.
Roll back that leg, goes up on a single. You leave it on balances when he shoots into you.
Referees here are obviously very high level. We were talking about that yesterday. They make very little mistakes, if any at all. And if there's something that they're not 100% sure of, they'll put the time in. They'll sit and watch the replay.
Yeah,
I really love what they're doing with the refereeing, because some of the circuits out there, they're sacrificing the quality for
exactly,
quantity.
yeah.
Just giving out hundreds and hundreds of guys showing up at tournaments being referees in it. So yeah, it's
Yeah, I think
very
it should.
soothing to see this.
Yeah, I think it shows the evolution of where the sport is
Sure.
going.
Absolutely. And it shows how passionate these guys are.
Exactly, yeah. So now he has the underhook, and it's going to be very, very difficult for him unless he gets his frames back.
We got a minute left, Jacob, a minute left.
I don't think that Jacob will take the same risk as the previous times with, giving up a pass
Yeah.
for submission. I think he's going to rethink that strategy, maybe go chink out
But
the details in that.
Yeah, it shows his personality though in jiu-jitsu. It's like all guns blazing.
Sure. That's what jiu-jitsu does.
Yeah.
You learn a lot about
You learn
somebody.
exactly, yeah.
When you roll with somebody, it's like you've known the guy for like 5 years.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Getting forward to look to knowing you more. We're going to train today
Hopefully,
later.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
He has a body lock. All he has to do is clear the top knee
Top
and
knee.
pass.
Yeah. But still,
Now he has the
stuck.
underhook.
Okay.
Now he has,
Now he's got
yeah, he has the hooks
that's
in.
it.
15 seconds left. Survive, survive. 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
So you get the points here for whatever position your legs are in. Whether the hooks are crossed, whether they're in, whether
Yeah.
it's a body lock, you still get your 3 points. And another interesting thing about submission fighting is that in the back position, if you open your legs and you get the 3 count, you can just go back in and get your points again.
I feel like initially in this round, they were both attacking the legs. And I feel like they respected each other's leg entanglement games. And now they started to go for passing
I think these days,
sweeping more.
the high-level guys, they know that you expose a heel, something's going to tear. So everybody respects that aspect of the game, respects and fears at the same time.
Yeah,
Nobody wants to limp for 6 months.
exactly.
So, you're coaching B team now. What would you tell Jacob to do? He's
Round
2 rounds behind.
3.
Coach Jacob, what would you tell him?
I think you'd have to go for the submission. I think the thing is Felipe is very, very good at keeping his hips back, so it's very, very difficult for him to enter the leg entanglement from the half guard and to elevate him from the butterfly.
So what I would do is I would tell him to wrestle now. Wrestle, try to catch a leg. Definitely Felipe is not going to give the takedown, so in the scramble getting up, maybe try and get the back, maybe get a submission off of that. But that would be a different strategy, maybe something different from the first 2 rounds. But I would not tell him to pull guard now.
Even entering leg entanglements from the top position,
It would be
sort of like how Dean Lister does it.
Sure. I mean, he's got to do something different. You get 3 rounds, and they're 5-minute rounds, so you got plenty of time. Try something different in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
Yeah, get up. I wouldn't stay here, honestly. You got a minute till points, but you still have 50 seconds for a takedown to go up 2 points. But however, he needs a submission to win this because he's behind by 2 rounds.
Yeah, Felipe does very, very well framing and keeping his legs at a really far distance, right away from his legs and his hips. So he's using his hand as a frame against the legs.
So another thing that really helps with the guys who do the half guard and the butterfly, when you're on top, is to crisscross your hands. If you go both hands on the shins to close the legs, he has his arms and his shoulders open to come up and attack. But if you crisscross, it means if you have one leg and one armpit, or the other way around, if you have this and this,
Yes.
that is really tough for the fighter on the bottom because he has to open up an arm and then try to attack.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is just crisscross your hands again. So he's doing that perfectly as well. I prefer that too when I'm training with the little guys who are really good with the legs. I always crisscross my hands, one on the shin or the foot, and the other one controlling either the armpit or the shoulder.
Yeah. Even when I roll with people in my division, giving space is very crucial because even just a little bit of space that you give
goes a lot.
Yeah.
A little goes a lot.
Because people are very fast and they can fit into really, really small positions.
Exactly, yeah. So again, see, one on the shin, other one trying to control the top.
And he keeps on changing the frames, sometimes on the neck.
Yeah.
And he keeps it moving as well.
2 minutes. Either Jacob submits this fight or it's 1-0 for Acai.
I think what Felipe is doing that's very smart is that he keeps on moving. He doesn't stay stuck in one position for too long.
Yeah,
He keeps his hips back and he moves a bit.
That's like getting a target and just moving it around.
Yeah. And the more frustrated Jacob gets, and the more he opens up, the more chances it gives Felipe to pass.
Sure. I don't think we'll see a guard pass, though. No.
Let's go, Jake. 1 minute. Let's go. You gotta pull it out here. It's all hard here. It's all hard. We gotta send it, baby. You got plenty of time.
Oh, okay.
He tried to go for the false. He tried to go for the false ashi, and his knee
kind of looks demoted right now. Jacob didn't really even care to get out of that one.
No, I think he was gonna try to go for the cross ashi for the false reap. Sorry.
Yeah, false reap.
And he was gunning for that, and Felipe switched his hips and crossed the far knee line and passed.
So, 1-0, Acai Republic. That's the way you want to start team competitions. Go back to the locker room, some cheers, some high fives.
Exactly, yeah.
1-0 up.
And for sure, I think it'll motivate everyone in the team at
Exactly.
Acai. And it may motivate the guys at B team to, to get fired up.
Crank up the steam, huh?
Yeah.